Hello and welcome. Let's hype over the Ravenfield trailer. We're gonna take a look at each clip in the trailer and just loop it until we get sick of it, until there's nothing new we can interpret from it. So yeah, the first one, we just go right in there, right? The first one is obviously dust. Obviously, right? I mean, there's so much dust bowl on the map. I don't think it'll be very smart to make a new dust map, unless it's really tiny. But then, I don't know, would it have tanks? Anyways, I think this is dust, and obviously it has new terrain. We have this beautiful arch in the background on the left. And other than that, we just see the soldier in the background. If you have good eyes, you can already spot that it looks totally different. But that's pretty much it. I don't know why the flag is missing off the tank. Maybe it's just out of focus or something. Anyways, next clip. So here we see the totally new, different graphics. The soldier, I mean, it's totally different. It's not blocky anymore. Quite obviously we are on island. Yeah, this is close to a red base. We can see the windmill in the background. Definitely not a new map. Yeah, we can see new animations. I mean, kind of the way of a Steel Raven of saying, yeah, I know this looks weird, but look at the animation. The animations are still nice and crisp. So I guess that was a good choice. And here we see either a totally new part of an old map, but I think this is just a new map. Reminds me of, I think, Inferno, Counter-Strike 1.6. Yeah, nice and gray, dead ground. Perfect look for a military shooter, I'd say. And we have some building in the background that might be interesting. I expect definitely more from it than the barn on island or any of the buildings on Dust Bowl so far. And yeah, this is a base that's getting attacked by blue. Red is defending. Either it's a red base or it's, I would guess it's a middle base, possibly the most sought after base, like on island, the fortress in the middle. And here we are on the same map, the same entrance. This way it might look like more of an end base, so it might be the red base, because it only has on one side a real entrance, but you can get there from the back side. It just doesn't look that obvious. Yeah, so nothing new regarding the map here too much, except that there was a lot of fighting here. Either the final stand or a really sought after middle base. And of course we see the machine gun mounted on top of the Jeep here. I'm not quite sure which machine gun that might be. Maybe just some 50 caliber. I don't know if these guns even have proper names other than the caliber. The AI is able to drive through there. That's good, unless maybe Steel Raven 7 is driving but somehow changing the camera to record from a bot's perspective. That would be cool. And here it gets snowy, and yeah, I mean, I've been looking forward to this. This is definitely no Office map. Nothing compared to Office in Counter-Strike. But this gives me a nice feeling of this military installation kind of dream from the film Inception, in case you remember that. We don't see much here, except the fact that we see outside areas, so I'm guessing inside areas will not play an important role. The architecture here kind of reminds me of Overgrowth or Lugaroo, but you know, blocks is the thing of that game. I can't wait to play around in the snow. I wonder, the wind looks quite strong, so I'm expecting interesting sound effects for this. And yeah, this looks really atmospheric. Really looking forward to this map. I hope this is the first one that will get released, but I'm getting a feeling that a map with planes might be favored instead. Now this is a completely different scene. There is a screenshot on the Greenlight page as well. We see a commander. I think that's what Steel Raven 7 called the female looking character on the left. You see a world map or campaign map. We also probably can interpret a few of the available maps or sandbox gameplay. So we have pumpkins, which I think is more like a joke. Then in the middle we have this box. That might be this new gray level with a gray ground. Can't quite make out which might be... the snow level will probably be the one at the top left red one. And windmill is of course island, and desert. Is any of them desert? If desert is on this map, then it should probably be the one with the tractor, I'm guessing. Or the one, actually, maybe the one with the blue guy at the top, because of a building. I do look forward to more tractors, and I guess the boat at the bottom, that would probably be a mission that has a aircraft carrier. At least the leftmost and rightmost maps, I'm rather puzzled what they would be. Right, so here we see an island. I don't think this is the island map. It looks a bit too plain. Yeah, definitely also kind of bigger. So we see an island and next to it an airplane carrier. Basically an introduction for airplanes and how you would launch them. I wonder how the balancing will go with this. I mean, what if you don't get a plane? Do you then just jump on a stupid boat and swim? And then this clip shows us how we start, how we launch from these carriers, and what the user interface of these things looks. And yeah, it's obviously very simple, very plain, even simpler than the helicopter, I'd say. Something to look forward to. I really hope that I will be able to manage the controls at all. I did get used to the helicopter very much. Yeah, let's see how the planes feel. And this clearly shows that there will be planes on the dust map. Yeah, I think there's definite clarity on that. And this, I again think this might be Dust Bowl, just some new areas of it, but on the other hand, it might be also a different desert-themed map, because it looks quite different. Here we just see some more animation. As you can see, the physics, the ragdoll physics, of course, stay silly and weird, but I don't know, they feel kind of out of place with these more realistic characters. I mean, the silliness was such a nice match to the block characters. But yeah, Steel Raven said on Twitter that he at least wants to add the feature of reverting back to the blockheads. In this clip, yet some more animation of the soldiers. Nothing special. You don't even seem to see new parts of a Dust Bowl map. Here, however, we see the airplane pilot perspective. Yeah, just flying, seeing how the target crosshair moves. And now there's a really nice cut from shooting at a jeep and then the jeep getting shot. By the way, the jeep has this mounted machine gun, so maybe it is able to protect itself against planes. Who knows? But, I mean, the cut is fake. You can clearly see the background of the jeep is not what the foreground is when you look from a plane. But it's a really nice, I mean, a really well done cut. You'd have to waste some minutes to figure this out. And yeah, there will be dogfighting. Another thing to look forward to. I really enjoyed helicopter versus helicopter fighting, although I think the bots were nerfed in that regard. And then here we see what I think is the back alley part of Island. Looks very much like it. The path between the windmill and the red base. I think it's quite boring, and adding a mounted machine gun, that looks like an interesting way to spice it up. Of course, this could be a new map, but I think it is Island, just with a little change. I do look forward to this mounted machine gun. Should be quite fun. And then we have some more night vision. As before, it is nearly impossible to make out who's who, whether it's an ally or an enemy. And finally, we see that kicking is possible now, so we don't have to rely on the wrench for melee. Instead, we can kick enemies and force them into the ragdoll physics mode, which should prove to be extremely annoying, I'm sure, and entertaining. And at the absolute end, we see the new logo. The helicopter doesn't do any flybys anymore. We have some glitch effects and paintball effects. Blue blood only, no red. Really not sure why, but I guess red would have been too common, and both would have been a bit too colorful. Yeah, looks nice. No idea which font that is quite yet. I'm sure somebody will figure it out soon, or just extract it from the dataset. So make sure to like and make sure to subscribe to my channel to be updated with the latest news in the future as well. So let's just take a look at the parts that are going away in Ravenfield. For one thing, it's this intro, I'm assuming. I'm guessing it will be replaced with the new colorful logo. Well, we shall see. Maybe, I mean, this is pretty cool. Maybe it will stay in the game and the other one is just being used for online stuff. So let's take a look at Island. I mean, this map is pretty damn nice. The only big thing is the barn. It's really weird. It can probably use some enhancement. And here is where I think, whoops, very sure that here is the emplacement for the machine gun, the mounted. So you will have the ability to shoot down here, and that's basically it. Maybe there will be some other changes. Maybe they'll put one on the other side, like A little base right here. A little what do you call these things? I don't know. A little building. Yeah. Hopefully the golden wrench will still be around. It's too darn fun. Damn. And boy, do I hope that one day we will be able to drive these frigging things. But I think maybe we will have to wait until the vehicle editor exists. Thank you very much for hanging out and checking out the trailer in detail. I think we have a lot of stuff to look forward to, and now all we have to do is speculate what comes first. I for one think the Dust Bowl map will be enhanced first to have airplanes in it. And then we will hopefully get the snow map, but this is based on just my hopes and dreams. So again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Ciao!